Hi, Titans. I want to review the answer key to this practice quiz so that you can check your work. I want you to correct your work while you're watching this, and then I want you to turn your practice quiz into the turn-in bin when you're finished. As you are reviewing this, think about which kinds of things you know, which kinds of things you don't know, and what you might want to add to your note sheet. So question 1, what is the difference in electrical potential between 2 points on a circuit? That is voltage. That is the definition of voltage. That's in entry 5. Current is the rate that electricity flows through a circuit. So that's how many charges per second. You can also find that in entry 5. A big thing to remember is that current doesn't change speed. The electrons never change their speed. You'll just have more or fewer of them, which is why rate is the correct answer. Question 3, also from entry 5 and entry 6, voltage is measured using a voltmeter, and the units of measurement are called volts. Current is measured using an ammeter, and the units of measurement are called amps. Resistance can be calculated using the Ohm's law equation, which is V equals I times R, and the units of measurement are called ohms. It looks like the little horseshoe symbol down here. This is an ohm. Just so you remember, that's from entry 6. Question 4 is also from entry 6 about resistance. When you turn up a fan, right, you need more air blowing on you. You are making the resistance decrease. So the current increases. More current means the fan blades move faster. When you turn down a fan, the resistance is increasing. The current then is decreasing and the fan blades move slower. So more resistance is less current. Less resistance is more current. Number 5 is also from entry 6. You are using Ohm's law to answer this question. You are using V equals I times R to figure out what the voltage is in a circuit with a current of 4 amps and a resistance of 200 ohms. So if I do V equals I, which is 4 amps, times R, which is 200 ohms, I get 800 volts. Number 6 is also from entry 6, resistance, and this is our resistor color codes. So you are thinking, how do I figure out what the resistor is if I have one that has a brown band, a red band, a black band, and a gold band? So for my first band, a brown means the first digit is a 1, a red means the second digit is a 2, and the black is my multiplier as my third digit, which is times 1, so 12 times 1 is 12. And gold is my tolerance, which in this case is 5% tolerance. Ammeters are always connected in series. Voltmeters are always connected in parallel. This has been in several of the labs that we have done, entry 5 and entry 6. All right, this one is taking you to entry 8, question 8. 2 magnets will repel each other if the 2 adjacent poles are the same. Adjacent means they're next to each other. So if I put the same side of a magnet next to it, a north next to a north, or a south next to a south, they will repel each other or push away. Number 9, what is true about electromagnets? Oops. Excuse me. A, electromagnets are always stronger than permanent magnets. Not true. The electromagnet we built in class was pretty weak, but you can have some strong ones. B, you can turn an electromagnet on and off, but not a permanent magnet. True, that was in our entry task. That's the best thing about an electromagnet is that you can turn it on and off. And C, you can change the strength. So if I want my electromagnet to be stronger, I can turn up the amount of current in there or add more loops to make a stronger electromagnet. D, electromagnets don't have a north and a south pole like permanent magnets. That is not true. This is false. Electromagnets do have a north and a south pole. That is important to know. That's how they're able to attract and repel permanent magnets. Question 10, what is one tool or object that uses an electromagnet? In 1/10 sentence, describe what it uses the electromagnet for. Fan motor uses electromagnet to spin. That was our whole lab that we did on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, we're still thinking about electromagnets. Entry 8 and 9. Fill in the blanks. An electromagnet will only work when current is flowing. chemical energy in the batteries is transformed into electrical energy that flows through the circuit. The coil in the electromagnet is repelled by the permanent magnets. Question 12. Question 12 and 13 are about entry number 7 on renewable energy. Which statement about renewable energy is false? A, an advantage of geothermal energy is that it does not release pollutants. That is true. B, a disadvantage of hydroelectric energy is that it damages the environment. That is true. It hurts our salmon. C, a disadvantage of wind energy is that it releases pollutants. That is not true. Wind energy is clean and that it does not release pollutants. D, an advantage of solar energy is that the equipment needed, photovoltaic cells, can last a relatively long time. That is also true. 13, coal and oil are both fossil fuels, which are non-renewable resources. They take millions of years to replenish. 14, this is kind of thinking about your lab practical. When attaching an ammeter in a circuit, you must connect the positive side of the ammeter to the positive side of the battery. If you attach it incorrectly, the ammeter will try and show a negative current. Number 15, Ms. Goodrich Ellis is testing the following investigative question. How does the current flowing through a circuit affect the number of paper clips she can pick up with an electromagnet? Identify the variables below. So what she's changing, the independent variable, is the amount of current. What she's measuring, the dependent variable, is the number of paper clips. We're filling in the blanks here. This is testing our understanding of series and parallel. If you connect two identical batteries that each have a voltage of 1.5 volts, what will the voltage in the circuit be if they're connected in the following ways? Include the correct units in your answer. If I connect two batteries in series that each have a voltage of 1.5, the total voltage in the circuit will be 3.0 volts. Those two voltages add together. However, if I connect them in parallel, nothing will happen to my voltage in my circuit. 17, this is asking you about entry 6, which is resistance in a wire, the lab that we did. So which of the following ways can we increase resistance in a circuit? Using a wire that is a good conductor like copper will decrease resistance. Making your wires thinner will increase resistance. Making your wires thicker will decrease resistance. Adding a switch to the circuit will also kind of increase resistance a little bit, because everything has resistance to it. So there's multiple answers here. Adding a resistor to the circuit will also increase resistance. Removing the light bulb from the circuit will take out something that is resisting the flow of electricity. That's what a light bulb does. And it turns it into light and heat. So that would decrease resistance if I take the light bulb out. And the correct answer, you should definitely complete the reading for homework 24, your electrical network. If you have any questions, ask your teacher, work on your note sheet. Good luck.